There's been a lot of, I've tried to read everything also that's negative on that, which said it was yellow journalism or it was all fictitious. And but through our search as to what Powell did to try and cover up anything that was pre-Columbian, he, in my opinion, and Darwin and other people in the East wanted Darwinism in the schools, and they wanted the land for the white man, everything west of the Mississippi. And so to do that, they came up with a, I don't know if it was them or someone else, came up with a phrase of manifest destiny, which I think was the belief that everything west of the Mississippi River belonged to the white man. The Indian had no rights because they have no history.
So I hear that all the time, manifest destiny. Tell, for those that don't know, because I didn't know, what does that mean?
Go ahead.
My understanding is that manifest destiny was a phrase that came up with that we don't want the Indians to have any history, because if they do, they got a claim to the land. And so with manifest destiny, it said all the land west of the Mississippi belonged to the white man because they have a history. So anyway, and that became a very big slogan. It was in the papers, headlines, manifest destiny, big land things taking place. And this was all justified to take this from the native people without any remuneration. I know there was a lot of other things going on at that time, but it really stood up through the test of time, and it's still going on today. That telling that the land that was here had no place for the Indians because they have no history. And I don't believe that now, after the research that Don and I have done. And
that their history was hidden, wiped out.
That's right.
They tried to wipe it out.
They don't. Everything from taking all the finds they found in the mounds in the Illinois area, and everything they've tried to hide ever since then that was pre-Columbian.
And back to the Grand Canyon, the Egyptian or Orient
right.
stuff that's in this G.E. Kincaid cave.
Right. And so we've seen some pictures of some things that were in there, and the writings were on the walls, and the writings definitely look like hieroglyphics, and the things that they found in there do look Egyptian.
Actually, the book that Powell wrote, at least the first book, he talked about the party that he was going down the river with, that they got off and went their separate ways one day just wanting to explore, and the men came back and said that they had found several writings on the wall that looked Egyptian, and so did Powell find some that were looking Egyptian. He also talked about a cave he found with a deity in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. But as he became president of the Smithsonian, that slowly kind of disappeared, and anything that the Smithsonian had paid people to write before, such as the book that Squires and Davis wrote, they tried to do everything they could to discredit it because it told of civilizations that were too sophisticated for Powell's taste, because Powell wanted to prove